Happiness. Let's break that down a little bit. That was our topic this week in the Thumos School for Men. We dissected that in a couple of Zoom calls. And here's what I want to say about happiness. I think it needs to be put into awareness. There's a lot of men out there and women, but there's a lot of people out there who I don't know that we give ourselves permission to be happy. You know, I hear things like happiness is not the purpose of life. It's not the goal. It's not a commandment. Let's do this for a second. Go to end of life just for a minute and ask yourself, was I very happy? And if the answer is no, how does that feel for you? So I don't know that happiness needs to be a goal in life, but I think it ought to be an outcome. It ought to be a side effect of a good, productive, peaceful life based in your purpose, your path, your potential. What if we did make happiness a goal in life? Not the only goal, but a goal. I think that's even okay. It's kind of like fat loss. Is fat loss or weight loss? Let's say fat loss. Is that the goal of life? Absolutely not. Is it a bad goal? Absolutely not. Why does one want to lose fat? Because they want to look, feel, and perform better. Probably. They want better blood work. They want to live longer and stronger for their kids. Those are all great reasons. I don't know that happiness, the goal of happiness would be much different. If I've got a goal with happiness and I hit that goal, it's not the only goal. It's not my life's purpose or my life's work. But if I hit the goal, if I'm a happier man, am I more pleasant? Am I more productive? Do I look, feel, and perform better? I think I would. Would I show up better for those around me, my community, my business? I suspect I would. So I think a lot of people should probably start with putting this term, this concept, this feeling of happiness into awareness. Where are you, brother? Where are you, sister? Are you a happy man or woman? Are you happy about life? I think a lot of us, I don't even know that we give ourselves permission to be happy. What if whoever's pulling the strings, running the matrix of the world, what if they don't want us to be happy? I suspect they don't. What if they want us to be miserable, powerless, purposeless, controllable? What if we put that into awareness and we go, I don't want to give them what they want. I'm going to be purposeful, powerful. I'm going to help others unlock their potential, and I'm going to be damn happy in the process. So that's kind of my first thought, is giving ourselves permission to be happy and putting that into awareness. Where might we be on a scale from 1 to 10? My second thought, big thought here. Think about the happiest people that you know. What are the traits that they have? Like, what makes them so happy? And by the way, I'm not talking about happy-go-lucky per se. In other words, I can almost look at happiness if I allow myself and go, well, that dude, that woman, she's irresponsible. That man or woman, he or she's not, they're not producing anything. Us leaders, business, family, type A's, we don't want that. We don't necessarily want happy-go-lucky. So I'm not talking about happiness without any production. I'm talking about producing. I'm talking about doing while being happy. So think about some of the happiest people that you've known in life, or maybe you still know. And then ask yourself, what are they not? Because oftentimes, at least in a kind of a coaching realm, one of the things we do when we want to get somewhere is we ask the exact opposite. So if it's what do you want, I flip it and ask the question, what do you not want? So in this case, what are some of the happiest people that we know? What are they not? I'll start. They're not angry. It doesn't mean that they don't get angry. It doesn't mean that there's not a place for anger. I think there are times where we need to stand up. Righteous or unrighteous anger. I think we're human. Anger can prompt action. Anger is just not a good mid and long-term fuel. It's below the line. It's of the color red. Spiritually speaking, it's poison when it's held over time. Ask me how I know. It's far from above the line, the color blue or purple, joy, love, peace. That's where happiness reigns. That's where it lies. So the happiest people that I know, they are typically not anger, at least long term. Everyone's going to get there short term at some point. They're also not sad. I'm not against sadness. Like happiness, sadness comes from the heart. It is heart space. There is a place for sadness, especially through it in the mourning process. Most sadness, like anger, is rooted in pain, loss of. There's a place for sadness. We're humans, we go through life, we will be sad. I think the danger with sadness, just like anger, it's hanging out there too long. It's almost like we can rewrite the script. We can rewrite the neural pathways in our body and get so used to having sadness or anger, resentment, things like that in our lives, that they almost become our new norm. We almost forget how to be happy. And we especially don't give ourselves to be happy. Think about going back, if you had a good childhood as a little boy, a little girl. Were you happy? How were your worries? I don't think you were focused on the IRS, taxes, bills, business, marketing, strategy, global world, the economy. If you had a good childhood, and I was blessed to have had a pretty good childhood, we didn't think about that stuff. We rode our bikes, we played ball. Little girls played doll or tea parties, and as boys we played sports. Especially when we were young, even if we weren't that good, we were just like happy. We loved, in my neighborhood, we loved BMX bikes. Oh my gosh. We would ride, we would jump, we would clean those bikes till midnight at my buddy Corey's house. We would stay the night. I was just happy, man. It's part of what we do in Thumos, especially on the weekends, is I want to get these grown men back into their little boy, just for a moment. I don't want them to live there. I don't want them to get irresponsible. They're not. They're of Thumos. They're not needing to be told, get a job, dude, get some responsibility. Not the guys I'm running with. The guys I'm running with, they've got jobs, they've got responsibilities. They need to be told, go get back in touch with your little boy. Find some joy, smile again, find a hobby, find a passion. And let's also make money, make a difference, and be abundant. But anyway, I go back to think of the things, think of the happiest people that you know, think of the happiest times in your life, and think about the things that were not. That you were not, like angry, sad, resentful, and so on. The case for happiness. So once you've kind of decided that it's okay to give yourself permission to be happy, that it's pleasant, it's productive, it's peaceful, it can still help people unlock potential. I suspect even better than anger and sadness. In fact, I know so, because it's an energy state that's actually above the line. I think we can be happy with responsibility in place and still creating. From that place, I would ask the question, what do you need to do to be happier in life now that it's an awareness? We talked about that in the Thumos calls, or at least on the Tuesday call and throughout the chat during the week in our own private kind of network that we have. There's lots of things. Number one that comes to mind is get clear on your mission for life, your big purpose. What are you and only you designed to do in the way that you can do it? Like a lot of people can do things. Let's go some INGs here, because your big purpose might be teaching, coaching, selling, training, accounting, problem solving, engineering, and they don't have to be INGs. But it's about what do you want to do with your business, your vocation, your life in order to make the world a better place and make a living and be abundant. The happiest people that I know, they're clear on their mission, their big purpose. They're in that mission and big purpose. Even if they're not always or yet clear on what it is, if they're doing it by chance, by luck, by God's grace, they're happy, pitching, catching, tossing, playing, creating, delivering, serving. All INGs, but they don't have to be an ING. I was talking to my buddy Kenny the other day on the phone, and he said, man, I think I've got clarity on my life's mission, my big purpose. Those may not be his exact words, but that's essentially what we were talking about. And I just smiled. They couldn't see my face because we were on the phone, because I already knew it. Because I've seen this unfolding. I'm blessed to have been and still am part of his path. Remember, in Thumos, we help men uncover their purpose, their path, their potential. Usually that starts in pain, and it almost always ends in peace. A lot of peace going on there. but it's huge. And so Kenny's sharing with me his big purpose in life, his mission. And he's dead on. I just knew it. My discernment told me so. It doesn't matter if I agree with it or not. It's his. But he's dead on. And I could just tell the happiness, the joy, the love that was radiating out of him over the phone. And I said, Kenny, how does it feel to have uncovered your mission in life, your big purpose? He's like, Jody, you have no idea. And I do have an idea, because I get to live it and I get to help other men find and fulfill their big purpose, their mission. But I loved hearing that. I said, hey, Kenny, it's like hitting the freaking lottery, isn't it? He said, it absolutely is. So that's my number one. If you want to be happier, get clear on your mission in life, your big purpose. It doesn't have to be a forever big purpose or mission. It might change. It probably will change. But get clear on what you're born to do, what you're good at, what gives you energy, what fires you up, what helps the world, what you can control. That's number two. That's number two in happiness, maybe. We tend to focus, those of us who are happier, for me, this has been a journey, this has been work, starting with giving myself permission. We tend to focus on what we can control. Control is not even the best word here. Influence is the better word. Control still has a lot of attachment built into it. And one of the Eastern philosophy kind of spiritual principles is letting go of attachments. It's like water, just let it flow, man, let it go. Because when you try to grasp water or smoke, good luck with that. But focusing on what we can influence, I'm going to go back and use the word control. Because see, I can get angry about what's going on globally. I can get especially angry, almost disgusted at times about USA events, what's going on in North Carolina and other places with the weather and the response or lack of response and government inability, ineffectiveness, again, hindering locals from helping each other from the stories I'm seeing. And I'm not down there firsthand, but I'm seeing a lot of videos and testimonies around this stuff. I can get very angry, and yet here I am over here in Louisiana. So my point is, I've learned to focus on what I can control or at least influence. It doesn't mean I just totally duck my head and stay out of news and stuff like that, but I can promise you I get in and get out real fast. I get in, get enough of the mess that I need, most of which is darkness, most of which is by design that's fed to us. I get in and I get out. And then I come back to focus on what I can control or influence. And what I found in my life, the more I do that, the happier I am. And the same with these other men. And the more I tighten that circle of influence, what I focus on, the more productive I am. Because I can see results and outcomes. For example, that smallest circle is me, myself, my relationship with God. That's that tight circle. And then come out a little bit, it's me and my family, my own household. I've got a lot of influence over those two circles. And then I can come out one more, my circle of my brothers, my band of brothers, Thumos School for Men. Oh man, that's awesome. And I can come out a little bit more, hover out my community, hover out my state, hover out my government, hover out the globe. Notice the further out we get, the less influence and especially control we have, but also the darker and more frustrated we can become. Take that mind, take that heart, considering hovering back in on those circles. That's where we have influence, control, and the outcomes. There's more ROI for our thoughts, our actions, and our energy. That's number two. Number three, as far as ways to find and have more happiness, just do things that raise your consciousness. What is that? Listen to good music like 528 hertz. You can go on YouTube. I pump that throughout the TV, via the TV, throughout the living room every day of my life. It's a beach scene. It might be Thailand. It might be wherever. And 528 hertz is just playing the music in the background. That's what my kids are listening to as they're doing their school, their homeschool, their homework, whatever it may be. 528 hertz or any sort of music that just raises your consciousness, makes you feel good. When you do that, you become happier. Go figure. Pet a dog. exercise, connect with others, connect with nature. Look at this. More pleasant, more peaceful. I become more happier. Have conversations, especially deep conversations. Spend time. Relationships are key for happiness. Go Google, go search how to be happy or the happiest people in the world. You'll see relationships are almost in the top 3 to 5 actions or traits that folks are doing. And when we talk about relationships, when it impacts happiness, I'm talking about hanging around good people. Not that all people are bad, they're not. But a lot of people, if you haven't noticed, are addicted to their stories, their dramas, their could'ves, should'ves, would'ves, their regrets. The future with anticipation and anxiety. You spend a lot of time around those people and they'll drain your energy. That's not happiness. Find you a couple of few people. They're solid. That's a good hack in order to become happier. Have a daily routine. That would probably be number 4. To start your day off high, above the line, in high consciousness. For me, I'm a routine guy. Routines and discipline come very easy for me. When we stack healthy routines, disciplines, call them healthy habits, over time, those tend to add up, man. Those tend to stack up. They compound. Darren Hardy calls that the compound effect. It's how I got to my first $1 million. It's how I put on muscle and got lean. It's how I built a great relationship. Not all at once. I just stacked daily good, healthy habits. What if we start every day with healthy habits? So every morning I'm having coffee, connection, and conversation with the wife, with Abby. I love it. Wouldn't change it. Love those 3 C's. Coffee, conversation, connection. From there, I will typically go for a walk out in nature, as you can see here. Makes me happy. Or I'll get on the treadmill. That makes me happy too. I'm overlooking my backyard, beautiful, more nature, swimming pool, got my vision board, or at least I used to have it above me. I will start the day off high. I will go over multiple F's like faith, think about my family, I'm having fun. I will stack F's pretty much every morning with this AM routine. And what I find is when I do that, especially when I go through gratitude, because what I'm finding is happiness and gratitude are like brothers. If I'm grateful for a lot, I'm probably happy in my head and in my heart. If I'm ungrateful, I'm probably not happy. So when I list off, and I do, 10 things every morning that I'm grateful for, it makes it real easy for me to get happy without even thinking about happiness. Those are my thoughts around happiness, my friends. I hope this helps. If you like what you see here, please like and subscribe. Hit that bell button so you'll get the notifications. If you've got questions or insights, share them on the comments. If you think this is worthy, please share it with others. I'll keep the content coming. Have a good day.